Mr. White, do we take this poster down? We're not going to use it this afternoon.
No.
We are. We got
All right.
Please be seated, everyone. Mr. White, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. We call Michael McClaughry.
Mr. McClaughry, if you raise your right hand, sir, and swear you will tell the truth today. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down, Mr. White.
Could you state your name and spell your last name for the court reporter, please?
Michael L. McClaughry, McClaughry.
And where do you live, sir?
I live in the city of Mount Vernon, Washington.
Okay. And you're married?
Yes,
And what's your wife's name?
Linda.
Okay. How long you guys been married?
40 years.
Okay. And you're retired at the present time?
I am.
And prior to retirement, what did you do?
I was a police officer.
For who?
The city of Mount Vernon, Washington.
And how long were you a police officer, sir?
Over 30 years.
I'm going to. Do you recall the day that you were injured?
Yes.
Okay. And you were on duty.
Yes.
What do you recall about that late afternoon, early evening?
Well, it was swing shift, 2:30 to 11. It was cold, and it grew colder. I can recall trying to keep warm during the course of the night. The heater was on quite strong. There had been a call that had come out, and units had responded to that one. I don't know what it was. I can remember that that we had met in what we called a roadside, where we get together to talk over a plan or to do something. We had...
Let me stop you for a
Yes,
second.
sir.
When you said we, who do you mean?
I and other officers.
Okay. Don't know who. You know who they were?
Let's see if I can remember this correctly. There was Sergeant Lindbergh. There was Liz Paul. There was, I believe there was Russ Layton. And I'm not able to remember any others.
Okay. And so you remember that. You had a meeting. You don't recall what it was about.
Correct, I cannot.
Do you have any other recollections of being around that time at that meeting?
At that meeting,
Yeah, or during the next few minutes or next...
I just remember that once we had reached a consensus, we broke away and moved off.
Okay.
And then after that, I do not have any specific memory, physical memory of what the events, the physical events that transpired after that.
Okay. What's the next thing that you do remember?
I do remember at one point being in a, I can recall that we had, or I had, just a second while I pull this together. There was what I thought to be a series of apparitions, of vapors, movements. There was 2 or 3, maybe even 4. They were kind of like ghosts. It appeared to me that they were floating around. I didn't know what they were. And I had no understanding of what this event was. As the evening wore on, or as the the event or whatever it was that was going on were on, I can recall that there had been a discussion. And during this discussion, very, very quiet voices. And I was trying desperately to understand what was being said. I couldn't understand it. There was one word in particular that I can remember, and I was trying to see their faces, and I couldn't see them. There was something in the way. It kind of appeared like eyewear. You know, it was not glasses. It was something else.
Okay.
Anyway.
When's the first recollection of?
The first recollection I had at this point was somebody said the word agreed.
Okay.
There was a discussion going on between the two of them. It was like they were deciding something, I think. I don't know, but they said agreed.
Okay.
And at that point, I was trying to figure out, why I couldn't move as well. But I couldn't move at all.
You recall waking up in the hospital at some
Yes. At some point I did.
point? Okay. And you were in the hospital for an extended period of time?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Underwent physical therapy there?
I started it there, yes.
Okay. What physical or what kind of limitations do you have as a result of this incident?
At the time when I was released from the hospital, I was blind. I couldn't see at all.
Has that gotten better over time?
It has.
Okay. What can you see now?
I can see primary colors pretty well,
Okay. Primary colors, red,
yellow and green.
Okay.
I can pick them up. Lately there has been some blue, and I've been able to pick out some words as well.
Okay.
Things like a yield sign, a stop sign, things like that.
Okay. Thank you. You don't have any recollections of what happened on that evening, though, after what you just told us?
Just a second here while I try to remember correctly. Trying to recall specifically. At that point, there was also very, very bright colors. I don't know what they were. Very, very bright, brilliant colors. More colors than you could ever understand. And in the center, there was a very black dot. The dot got larger and larger and larger. I mean, it filled my entire vision. I was trying to understand what that was, and I couldn't tell whether, I was going towards it or it was coming towards me. But I know what that black dot is. That was death. I knew it was.
Thank you. So I don't have any further questions.
So the other attorney has a chance to ask you questions. Ms. Scandenberg.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I don't have any questions for Officer McClaughry at this time. I would ask that he remain subject to recall.
Okay.
Very good.
Mr. McClaughry, thank you for being with us. You're excused at this time.
You want to have the jury?
Yeah, members of the jury, if I could excuse you in the jury room, we'll have you back in just a few moments.
All right.
Please be seated, everyone. We'll resume here in a few minutes.
Your Honor, I will just indicate that you're item 14. I think that's that one there. 15. Juror number 15 spoke to me as she got up and asked me to please put on my microphone. So
I was gonna say the same thing. You went away, so maybe the rest of the afternoon will not get.
Yep, I've been trying to, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, very good.
Very good.
We'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah, just a second, I'm just taking a look. Yep.
Am I taking you out to go on a date? Are we going on a date? You're paying.